Hey everybody, welcome to another edition of the Creativity Cave videos. And look at this glorious card. I am so excited about how pretty it is. Let me show you how I put this together. The background is watercolored. That is not printed paper. Then I also used the Bloomin' Love stamp set and coordinating thinlits, and I added some flowers on top and then a cute little greeting at the bottom. So let me show you how it came together. Very simple, just takes a teensy tiny eensy weensy little bit of work. Okay, so I'm going to start by bringing in some scrap paper because I am nothing if not messy. And then I'm going to use some water and a watercolor brush. Now, I almost never stray away from Stampin' Up! Products, but in this one case, I used a watercolor flat wash brush. This is just a bigger brush. You can see normally when I watercolor, I use our aqua painters, but this is a much smaller brush tip, and it's so much easier to do this with a wash brush. You can get this at your local craft supply store. Oh my gosh, I don't want you to go there, but go ahead. Okay, but everything else is Stampin' Up! So what I'm going to do is I'm just dipping it in some water, and then I'm going to go across my paper and do a little watercolor wash down a few strips. So I'll do like the first, well, I'll do them all. So I'm just going down and doing a wash for where I want those colors to be. So can you see that? It's not like sopping drippy wet. Well, it is a little, but it doesn't have to be. Okay, then I'm going to bring in, if you've seen me watercolor in the past, you know I have this lovely little, this is actually a burp rag from when my kids were little. So I'm going to go ahead and pick up the color, okay? You can barely see it because this is the lightest color. And then it just goes where that wet area was that I just put on there, okay? Then I'll clean. And actually, if you go from lightest to darkest, you don't really have to do a lot of cleaning in between. And then I'm going to put down some more color. So here's my next color. The first one was Pink Pirouette. The second is Blushing Bride, and I will have all this on my blog. The next color is over here, and that is Calypso Coral. Okay, look at how pretty this is. And look at how quick and easy these stripes are to do when you have this wide brush. Okay, then the next color I have, and oh, my paper is drying out. That is Watermelon Wonder. So I'm just going to bring in a little more water, get it on there. And last but certainly not least is Melon Mambo. And again, you can see it's kind of drying out, but we're getting it. Pick up just a little more color. Okay, so there is my background. Look at how gorgeous that is. Oh, I love it. Okay, now I'm going to set this aside and let it dry, and I'm going to work on the rest of the card with you so you can see how that works. I'll just dry off my brush here, get rid of this water before I spill it, because that would be my way. Okay, now I'm going to take and die cut the heart. That is from the Bloomin' Heart dies, and then I'm going to use my die brush. Okay, so the sandwich for this is a magnetic platform, the precision base plate, the paper, the die, and then a piece of cutting plastic. My personal Big Shot requires a shim of cardstock in addition to that I put at the very top. But that's kind of up to your situation, because I have 4 Big Shots. They're not all the same. The one in my office needs a shim, but the ones in my classroom don't. Okay, so I rolled all over this with the Big Shot die brush, and then I'm just going to pop it off. And yes, you do want to put the die on top when you do this, and then look at the results. We'll pull this out, and every single piece came out. How awesome is that? Okay, then I'll take this. This is my little garbage can. And then look, all the pieces go into the garbage, except that one. And you have a gloriously awesome die. Ha! Okay, isn't that just like Nirvana awesomeness? Do you guys appreciate this? I hope you do. Okay, I can see you all at home nodding yes. Yes, Dina, we agree. Okay, now I also die cut 3 of the little flowers. They also come with the die set. So the dies are these 3 pieces, okay? And what I did, besides just drop something in my office, oh, the stamp I need, is I'm going to take and stamp each of these on the correct shape. So to do that, I'm going to bring in my Melon Mambo ink pad. I'm going to ink this up. Now here's my tip. Because the die is sort of solid, as in it's not a framelit, you can't see through it. And part of that is because it puts this little, do you see the little textury pieces that come out of it? Do you see that? Let me see if I can focus on me. Okay. And what it does is it puts the texture, but you can't see through it like you would a framelit. So here's my suggestion. By the way, there is a little tab on your stamp and a coordinating tab on your framelit, and that works great when you pay attention to it. But if you're dumb like me and didn't pay attention, then you have to start over. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to stamp this on my scrap paper. I'm going to take my die cut and turn it around until I magically happen to put it in the exact right spot. But I would just turn it until I can see that it is correct. Okay. And then remember how I did that, just like that. And then I'm going to go ahead and do it right on top. Now again, this is one of those situations where you're going to take and get right down in there, stick your butt way out so you can line that right up perfectly. If only you could see my butt sticking out so far in my office, and then I did pretty darn good. Okay, I'm going to do the same thing for the other one. I'm going to clean my stamp first. This is an old stamp cleaner. Just do a little squirty action on here. Clean it off. Excuse me. Then I'm going to do it again. So I stamped this down, and then, is that right? I think. Maybe not. Let's turn it. There we go. Then this time I'm taking Watermelon Wonder, inking it up, sticking my butt out, and stamping perfectly like a boss. And, okay, so I was a little off, but this is hard on camera. Do you realize that everything I do on camera is way hard? Okay, last but not least, same thing, same deal. This time I'm using Blushing Bride, and I'm using the small piece. This I can see a little better for, and then voila. Okay, there. So now, hopefully by now, our piece has dried, and I think it has. So I'm going to take and attach this to my card. But you know what? I'll give it just another minute. I'm going to attach these to here first. Okay, so to do that, I will just line these up, and just like on the die and everything, there's all the coordinating things to help you line them up. And I'm not going to use glue dots. I'm going to use dimensionals so that they pop up off my page just a little bit. Okay, so I will stick that on the back there. I will figure out which direction lines up exactly right with my die, and then I shall adhere. Okay. Do the same. Aren't you glad you're listening to me ramble as I do this? And I think we've got it there. And last but not least, the cute little one in Blushing Bride, which I am going to stick right here. Okay, now it's just crazy cute. But wait, there's more. I also have my tree builder punch. And I've punched 3 little flowers from my tree builder punch, and I'm going to adhere those as well using glue dots in this case because they're so teeny tiny. And I just like to stick them on the roll, and then I can put them on my card. And of course, no card is ever complete, in my personal opinion, without some kind of bling. And you know, I made this card and I didn't put any Wink of Stella, which is kind of unheard of for me lately. I've been Wink of Stella-ing everything. So let me got some of my rhinestones. I'm going to stick those on first, and then I think this just needs Wink of Stella, don't you? I mean, you're at home nodding, right? Okay. All right. So I've done that, and then I'm going to take my clear Wink of Stella, just pull the lid off, and then color on those pretty pink flowers just around the edges. That's what I love about this Wink of Stella is, like, if you forget to do it before you've adhered everything together, you can just slop a little of this on and it's a piece of cake. That is a good thing. Okay. And finally, the last bit of my card is to put it all together. So let me show you how that happens. I am going to turn this over. I'm going to use you can use any kind of adhesive, but in this case, I'm going to use Fast Fuse because it's fast and it fuses, right? It's all in the name. So I put Fast Fuse on the bigger pieces in here, and that's all I'm using to adhere it, not a ton. It's going to be just a touch bigger than my card is, but oh my gosh, it's so pretty. Are you at home crying? You should be. Okay, maybe not. But it is gloriously pretty. Okay, then I've got Friend. Friend goes in the lower right-hand corner, because what friend would not want to be your bestie if you didn't give him this card? I can't imagine. Talk about winning over people, winning friends and influencing people. I don't know, that's how it goes. Okay, so now I'm going to mount this on a piece of black. Because I watercolored it, I'm putting more adhesive than normal just to hold all that down. And I would never use that much otherwise, but it kind of curls, so I like to do that. I'll center it on my cardstock here, give it a good press, and finally I shall adhere it to my card, which in this case is pink Pirouette cardstock, a half sheet folded in half in all of its wonderful gloriousness. And again, I shall adhere it down like so. Oh, sweet mother of all that is good and pure. Isn't that pretty? Oh, so all the details will be on my blog. Please stop by there and check it out. I love, 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 love this card. I hope you do too. If you need to purchase any of these items, pretty please, will you go to my blog and click on any of the links at the bottom, the pictures of the products. You'll go to my online store and you will support me and help me make these videos possible. I would so, so, so appreciate your business. And I love to send thank you cards, and I have a fabulous VIP program that I just know you have to be a part of. Thank you guys. Have an awesome day. Bye-bye.